Aliens Fireteam is looking to get a troubled video game franchise back on track. PlayStation says you're going to have to buy your movies and TV shows elsewhere. And we take a deeper look at Raya and the Last Dragon. All that and the latest and everything cool today in the Rundown. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. If you like finding out about fun things, you have found the right place. Now, today's episode is dedicated to Acid Riot, who says, always top-tier content. I love EPN, so glad he kept it going. Well, thank you so much, Acid Riot. I'm glad that you're here and you're watching our stuff. Now, grab your pulse rifles. It's time for a new Aliens adventure. Got a promising press release from Cold Iron Studios and 20th Century Games today about a killer-looking new Aliens game called Fireteam, which is going to be launching this year on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series platforms. It's also going to be cross-compatible on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Of course, it's coming to PC systems through Steam and probably other stores and other systems as well. The game is set 23 years after the events of the original Alien trilogy. You are part of a colonial marine group that has to answer distress calls, and you go into colonial facilities and abandoned ruins and all kinds of strange alien worlds. So there's going to be some diversity in the environments, and you take out all kinds of different Xenomorphs, and you're also going to be going up against Weyland-Yutani synthetics, which is pretty cool. So there's going to be some diversity in the types of enemies that you're going to have to blast to smithereens. It's a cooperative experience, so you can join up with a couple of pals, or you can use the AI squad mates to take on all of these enemy types. And there's a bunch of different character classes and lots of cool weaponry for you to take as well. It looks like there's been a lot of depth and a lot of detail put into this title. The visuals look pretty damn sweet here, and of course they've got all of the production polish that you would expect out of an Aliens experience. All of the cool sound effects, the beep, 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 the pulsing on the radar when you know you're going to get swarmed by all kinds of creepy-looking aliens. I am very, very excited about this game. I'm a fan of aliens in video game form. I go all the way back to Aliens vs. Predator on the Atari Jaguar. I really loved Alien Isolation a few years back, but of course it's been a little up and down in the Aliens universe. We've had some crappy Aliens games in the past, but this one definitely does look promising. Cold Iron Studios is run by some vets in the business. They've been tweeting about their exhilaration that they've been able to release this information out there. And if you go to Cold Iron's website, you can see that they are hiring. This is clearly a big, big game in the 20th Century Games lineup. So we should expect some big things, and this game should be fun. Don't let us down, Cold Iron. I personally can't wait for this when it comes out this year, but let me know what you think. Are you guys excited about playing a brand new Aliens game? And are we going to get a game that's as fun to play as some of the movies have been to watch? And speaking of movies, PlayStation is making some big changes for how people can purchase and rent movies and TV shows. PlayStation announced on its blog today that as of August 31st, 2021, they are going to stop selling people movies and TV shows for purchase or for rental on the PlayStation Store. This is something that's been a part of their offerings for a long time, but they're deciding, based on all of the user data and all of these different streaming services that everybody is subscribed to, that it's time to make this big shift. And this is not a surprising move. It's just, it's a little strange when you hear a mega corporation like Sony just deciding that they're going to stop offering a service, which you think from the outside, it really isn't something with a huge footprint or a tremendous amount of expense. It's really just offering server farms and having fast enough bandwidth that customers are happy with purchasing movies through your store. But clearly everybody is subscribed to stuff, and we have access to all kinds of content, whether through Disney Plus or Netflix, pretty soon Paramount Plus, all of these different offerings out there. And I started to think about this, and I think that this might be we're deep into the streaming wars right now with all of these streaming services, but we might soon be entering the bundle wars, where corporations like Sony and their PlayStation brand do some kind of bundle deal with all of these different providers out there. So maybe PlayStation subscribers in the future will get some kind of a discount if they get Disney Plus and Netflix, and it's almost like a cable deal. But I think when you have a walled garden platform like PlayStation and you have all of these built-in subscribers, this captive audience like that, it's going to create some interesting opportunities. And what Sony is saying as part of their declaration today is, we thank our fans for their continued support and we look forward to further enhancing the entertainment experience on PlayStation. So who knows, maybe we are deep into the streaming wars, but begun, the bundle wars have. Okay. All right, in other PlayStation news, the Yakuza Like a Dragon has come to the PlayStation 5. When Yakuza Like a Dragon debuted on the Xbox Series platform, it was a standout title for that platform. The game features beautiful visuals, a compelling storyline, very interesting and quirky characters, and all kinds of fantastic new ways to enjoy the Yakuza experience. It incorporates a lot of what we know and love from JRPGs, and it fuses it together with the brawler kind of gameplay that we've come to expect with Yakuza games in the past, and it was a really addictive experience on Xbox Series platforms. But obviously, PlayStation 5 players have been wondering when they can get their hands on this title, and that is today. The announcement just went out today, and it was kind of took me by surprise. It wasn't a months-long fanfare. Maybe you knew that already, but I was surprised. Whatever the case, this is great news for PS5 players out there. All of the next-gen, or I guess current-gen enhancements are applied to this. You're going to see some ray tracing and super fast frame rates and beautiful animation. Also, the game is loaded with lots of fun voice acting, whether you listen to everything in Japanese or in English. It's insane in English. But the whole game, the whole experience is insane until it isn't. There are moments of real sentimentality and true emotion, and it's just addictive as hell. This is a wonderful game. I love playing on an Xbox Series X, and I can't wait to check this out again on PS5. Congrats to everybody out there that's getting their hands on this beautiful game. And I've got a couple quick things to talk about. I'm taking a look at Raya and the Last Dragon through the course of the week. I recently caught up with animator Andrew Lawson to talk about this beautiful film, and I wanted to get a rundown on exactly what this movie is all about. Can you tell us a little bit about what this movie is for people that are a little unfamiliar about what's going on here?
It's a movie that's based in a mystical realm called Kumandra. It pulls a lot of elements art-wise and culture-wise from many different areas of Southeast Asia, but it is its own world. In the mystical sense of it, we do have some magic, otherworldly creatures that you probably would not see in our Southeast Asia. It's a movie about working together, about trust in others, especially others that you might not have gotten along well with in the past. On top of that, it's a little bit of an adventure movie, which is great.
Another interesting element of the movie is how dragons are incorporated into the story of the film. It was a very interesting take on the dragons, wasn't it? It was, not what we typically associate with these just like Game of Thrones style giant beasts.
Yeah, well, it's maybe the European culture has a much different idea of what a dragon is. We think St. George and Smaug, I guess. It's a totally different take on what a dragon is. I think that's great. It looks completely different to what I think, as I said, a lot of Western cultures perceive as what a dragon is.
Yes.
The fire-breathing brute, and definitely adding a little bit of comedy to it. Awkwafina was so great with her voice acting and making a very quirky, accessible character. When you think of dragons, as you said, Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, it's always something that's this huge, ominous beast, whereas Sisu is much more of a accessible buddy. Yeah, it's a completely different take. Obviously, different cultures have different ways of looking at similar fantasy animals, and it's always amazing to see what other people's vision is.
Thank you, Andrew. We're going to hear a little bit more from him about his work on this beautiful movie, and tomorrow I'll drop my review of Raya and the Last Dragon. I also wanted to talk to you guys about a new drone from DJI. This one is called the FPV. They put out this really cool trailer that showcases all of the technology, and obviously this is about having a first-person view on flying around. So you've got this VR-looking headset and a funky new controller, and you've got all the kinds of capabilities. You can be as pro with flying the drone as you want to be. You can get into races and shoot all kinds of incredible photography. It absolutely looks killer. Of course, though, you always have to be cognizant of the drone flying laws in whatever part of the world you might be. But damn, this technology looks so slick. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another live rundown, and then afterwards, I'll play some fun games on the Omen 15 laptop that I'm actually giving away. You can find out all about that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/electricplayground. I'm going to announce the winner on Friday's rundown, so you still have time to enter. That's going to do it for us today, though. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, and until then, play forever.